what are we starting?
I've been waiting for so long.
Star Wars.
You know the rules. So
Hey, recording. You can start it with that. Okay, go.
I'm just recording all that stuff.
yeah.
Oh, now I gotta get my shit together.
Me Sabina waiting for so long. You should know the rules and so.
I'm gonna, he can't. He just can't. He just can't do it anymore.
Dans notre quotidien, c'est sur Terre.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality.
Welcome to episode 8 of Rebel Scum Radio. My name is Carlos, and I'm once again joined by Jim Bob Jones
G'day.
and Jono. How are you,
Hello.
Jono? It's good to have you all back. How have you all been? What tales have you got for us?
What tales have you got, Jimbo?
Tales from yonder.
Oh, you've got your rant. Jim Bob's something's grinded his gears.
Two things were grinding my
Ooh,
gears.
double grind.
Double grind.
Look out.
The incident in Doveton.
The Doveton incident.
What was the Doveton incident?
Monash Freeway.
Oh, the running man.
Yeah,
The running man.
he was bolting up to my car quicker than most of the Olympic 100-meter finalists. Just to tell me he was sorry for walking out in front of my car.
He was on the ice.
I don't know what he was on, but yeah, it was
Was
pretty
he nimble on
scary.
his feet?
He was very nimble.
Was he carrying a plastic bag? It seems to be a
No,
giveaway.
there's no plastic bag, but
Oh.
he was wearing an oversized basketball
Was it
jersey.
like a FUBU jersey or something?
yeah, Fubu-esque.
Yeah.
Some sort of...
Was he Australian?
No, he wasn't.
Was he French?
Was he?
He wasn't French. But it's probably one of the scariest bloody experiences of my life. I've never been so shaken.
You know,
I was shaking in my boots after
yeah.
that.
I mean,
Shake and bake.
Like I
Shake
said,
and
like back in the day, a long time ago, like me and my friends on a night out, like we hit someone in our car and we were only going like 5k. Like so, and the guy just ran out. He was drunk and he was okay. He rolled up into the bonnet and he was fine. He rolled off. And the police just came up to us and said, "Nah, that's fine, mate. Don't worry. He's drunk as a freaking whatever."
Did he know that he got hit?
Yeah. He cracked our windscreen, and there's like this little piece of like hair that got stuck in there.
Oh, jeez.
It's like weird. But what was your second grind?
Oh, my... just
Oh,
one of my ongoing Caulfield North...
Oh, here we go.
Caulfield North KFC.
KFC.
I smell fried chicken.
Tastes like chicken. My ongoing daily melodrama of every time I go to Caulfield
Things just
KFC.
aren't quite right.
No, they aren't that good. Like you know, they're very good at taking your money at
Yeah.
the FPOS machine,
But not good
But
at
not
taking the
giving
order.
you
they're not good at fulfilling said
Not
goods and services paid for. You know, nuggets ain't nothing without barbecue sauce. You know,
Well,
nuggets need sauce. And I was like, Manu,
true.
where's the sauce? And I had to correct her 3 times. I had to correct her order 3 times. I go,
did she give you coleslaw or something?
No. She goes, she gave me a potato and gravy, and I go, no, I asked for a large gravy. Oh, yeah, okay.
What, with no potato?
Yeah, and then she made a smoky.
Can you just get gravy?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah, it's delicious.
All
Without the potato?
No, you just get it with the bread rolls because you get the soft bread rolls and you dip it into the
I didn't know
gravy.
this.
Ooh,
It's
those
like
bread
a
rolls are dodgy,
KFC
though.
life
Yeah.
hack.
Like as
Very
soon
sweet.
as they give you those bread rolls, they're super sugary, and
Yeah.
then like within 5 minutes they're like rock hard.
Yeah, they're harder than the little bun that Ray ate on Force Awakens.
Oh, her fizzy water.
Yeah. Water bun.
Water bun. And then I had to ask for something else that she forgot. So she forgot my barbecue sauce.
Did you at least get some nuggets?
I got nuggets in the end.
Did you count the nuggets?
Did you
I
get
can't-
24?
Well, no, there was only
Oh.
10 this time because
Oh.
that 24 nugget deal had finished. But I was shocked. I had to correct them on 3 things before I walked out of that store.
I think it's quite a common thing nowadays.
Generation Z. They
I know.
just don't care anymore.
I know, it's maybe
they
like-
don't care.
Maybe it was around about Christmas time. I drove through Macca's and just got a medium cheeseburger meal and grabbed the bag and didn't think of it. Geez, that's really heavy.
Yeah.
Then I open it up and there's like McChicken, a quarter pound of 2 chips. What the hell is this? I was already gone. But at least there was a cheeseburger in there, so
Yeah.
at least I got my cheeseburger. So
But this is a problem. If you're getting takeaway and then you drive all the way home, are you going to drive back for barbecue sauce? I don't
Nah.
think many people are going to do that.
Sometimes you just got to make a stand, Jim Bob.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes
I
you
just
just
have to
gotta
watch them like a hawk when they're packing that bag.
They should probably make that a self-service thing where you just grab them
Actually,
out of the
next time they do it, I'm going to make...
They
I'm going to
have a barbecue sauce machine.
Yeah, just hit the button.
Yeah, I've had enough now. Next time they give me the bad order at KFC Caulfield, opposite the train station.
Throw it in the face.
You're going to lose it?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Start-
No.
Start sniping all the staff with nuggets?
There's this guy picking nuggets everywhere. It's a nugget fight, and then it'll be like when there's scenes.
It'll be on CCTV on YouTube in like 2 seconds.
Be like that scene at a Zoolander at the petrol station. But no, I'm going to calmly next time ask for the manager, and I'll seriously have like a long, elongated 45-minute to an hour discussion with the manager, going, you know,
I
it's
think we
your
need to
job
sit
to
down.
manage these people, and if they're not, I'm paying for all this. And then what if I walked away and I didn't?
I'm a loyal
What if
customer.
I drove home and I got my slippers on? What if I had my slippers on? Am I going to take my slippers off to come all the way back to KFC? I got my slippers on.
I don't know what to say. What are you talking about? I'm speechless. I'm without speech.
No, that's it. I'm going to take a seat.
That's it.
I'm a nice guy. I'm pretty
Yeah.
patient and all that kind of business.
Yeah.
But I've had enough.
Maybe start a Facebook page. Maybe there's other people like you out there who've
Yeah.
had enough. I don't know what you call the Facebook page, but you could.
Give me the barbecue
Yeah.
sauce.
Where's my damn?
Where's my damn
Where's
barbecue
my,
sauce?
Where's
all
my
I want is
barbecue
my
sauce?
damn truck.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Jesus, so you've been attacked by the running man. Have you got no sauce?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a week.
Well, that's a hell of a week.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
What a week.
Yeah.
And you've got a hell of a week coming up.
It's coming up tomorrow, yeah.
Going
After
on a
work.
hunting trip?
Well, I won't be hunting because I don't have the license. I'll just be catching...
What, with your hands?
Yeah. I'm
Attack
gonna
with your hands.
You're
fashion,
bare
fashion,
hands.
fashion a
Like
spear out of a stick.
Yeah, like Bear Grylls actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll be good.
Rolling in the mud.
Oh, you're going Bear Grylls?
yeah, full
He's going
bear
Bear
grylls.
Grylls.
Full
Yeah.
bear.
Full bear.
You're going to be climbing trees,
Climbing trees,
doing crazy shit.
diving for
You
fish.
should have grown
Diving
out.
for fish.
Yeah.
You should have.
He's turned into Tom Hanks.
You're going to get an Oscar for the bear attacking scene?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you might
could
win
turn
an
into
Oscar.
Leo.
Oh,
You're like.
Or in like 100 years,
It'll be a
they'll
drop
be
bear.
making films about Jono.
I'm
You'll be-
walking
you'll
through the
make
forest
a-
and then
an
a drop
award-
bear.
You're gonna make an award-winning film about drop bears. I
Yeah.
like it. All right,
and goannas.
that can scale
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
I've seen
That
a
was a
goanna
goanna last time.
I've seen a goanna scale a tree. It's amazing.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Yeah,
they're
that's
nimble.
what happened last time in Dago. Like, I was trying to take some photos and then he just scaled the tree in no time.
And then on Monday, Jono turns up to work in goanna skin boots.
Yeah.
They're not rich.
And then drop bear hide.
To drop bear hide around the neck.
It's pretty interesting timing this trip.
Kanye West.
Interesting timing because they just announced that Arnold Schwarzenegger is in talks to replay Predator.
Predator, yeah.
What?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good timing. Yeah.
He said after he's done with the Arnie Festival, he's gonna sit down with Shane Black and discuss about.
The dude's
next Predator.
97 years old. He ain't beaten no predator.
They're gonna touch his face up, like.
They just why don't just do it in CGI? Why even bother? Like,
I don't
he's
know.
going to look weird. He looked weird in Terminator.
I wonder if
Paps.
Perhaps.
Is that what his name was?
Paps.
What was his nickname in that movie?
in Predator.
That Emilia Clarke called him Paps or something.
Oh, I haven't seen the new one.
I only saw it once. I didn't particularly like it, so I'm not a devotee.
If they do it again, do you think they're gonna do the Dylan hand grip?
Dylan. Son of a bitch.
CIA got you pushing pencils.
Still pushing pencils.
Like I heard he got really upset recently when they said they're going to either do a remake or a reboot of Kindergarten Cop, and he wasn't to be included.
Yeah, they're doing it, aren't they?
Oh, what?
Yeah, but he's not in it, apparently.
Yeah, it's Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, apparently.
The trailer's out.
Apparently he flipped out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dolph. It's funny, well, I've been talking about Dolph Lundgren in the last couple of weeks, just out of the blue, and then find out he's in the thing. That's a
Well,
bit of
maybe they
synchronicity.
could.
You saw the
maybe-
trailer, yeah?
No, I haven't seen the trailer. I just read the news.
Why don't
Oh,
they,
he's in it.
to patch things up, why don't they make a movie called Triplets with
They're making it.
Danny DeVito, Dolph Lundgren, and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
That's happening, isn't it? With Eddie Murphy.
Triplets?
Yeah. With Eddie Murphy.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Charlie
You
Murphy.
shitting me not?
It was in the Iron Man mag too.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I read that in the...
What, is it going to be called Triplets?
Triplets, yeah, with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's in the pipeline, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I glanced at it or something.
That'll be on ironmanmag.com.au at some point.
Yeah.
Free plug.
Which you can also download in ebook form on Android and iTunes devices. Yes, jeez. It's crossover.
Crossover, yeah. It's not even paid for.
It's a crossover universe.
We'll have to send the invoice in the mail to Iron Man. Yeah, and I've been, as you guys are well aware, I've become a little OCD with my Star Wars figurine collection. So I'm down to my
how many to go? Two?
thrice.
Thrice.
I got 3
You
to
got
go.
thrice to go.
Technically, I should have 2, except my arsehole dog from back 20 years ago chewed the shit out of my Obi-Wan Kenobi figurine, so I'm just left with Obi-Wan with one arm. Obi-Wan with one arm, no head, and...
Is that the one with the
shoot tape.
that real vinyl looking
Yeah, that vinyl
cape?
brown cape.
Oh.
So that's like Generation 1 figurines.
Yeah, that's first 12.
That's like super
stuff.
early.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Did you have any cardboard dioramas that went with those as well?
No,
Or
no.
because after watching that documentary on the Star Wars
I actually...
memorabilia, there's
Yeah.
some serious diorama.
Yeah.
Plastic
Man, I
Galaxy?
used to...
Just like, you could... The very first thing that Kenner did was to put all of this livery in toy stores that had no figurines on it. It was
It's just a card. You
just a
bought
cardboard
voucher,
card.
and they'd send you the figurines in the
Yeah,
post.
and you had to fill in. You had to fill in a form
Yeah.
and then they'd post you the thing, and then
Yeah.
you could collect this like 6 figurine set.
They kind of got caught out by the popularity of Star Wars, and they weren't expected to have to make figurines.
They couldn't meet
quite
the
so
ti-
soon.
Yeah.
they couldn't meet the time frames involved. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with production back then.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got Ben Kenobi, got the Rancor Keeper, who's pretty hard to get a full figurine because
Hang on, is that
Wait, all of these in the package?
no,
Oh,
these are all loose.
okay.
'Cause
Is he that
I'm
tubby
putting them
guy?
loose in glass
is he
display
that
cabinets.
tubby guy?
Yeah, the tubby guy with the.
He's wrapped in like mummified sort of
Yeah.
wrappings. My brother's got that figurine.
Has he?
Yeah,
Does he want to sell it?
I'll have a word to him.
Yeah, have a word.
I don't know how.
Rancor.
Rancor Keeper. So if you do
He was the one that
vintage figurines-
had the little weep after the Rancor died. He's like,
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah. And then actually, no, I've only got 2 left now because I actually bought one last night. So I bought.
What's the total?
I bought Bib Fortuna last night, who was Jabba the Hutt's.
The guy with the...
He's an interpreter, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got him
oh,
last night
that
on
bloke.
eBay.
Yes, right.
Yeah, so I got him on eBay.
The
There's a-
eel head.
Yeah. There's a set of.
He looks like he has intestines around his...
Yeah.
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 There's a set of figurines which are called the
Yeah,
Last
Jabba
17,
Wonga.
which actually
You will
Power
see
the
Jabba
Force
now.
Last 17, and
Sorry.
they're kind of. I'm trying to work through
Sorry.
keeping the pace of the show up. And yeah, Last 17, but the kind of characters that kind of like 5 of them are Ewoks, and then there's one of the figurines is Anakin Skywalker as the Force Ghost. Anakin Skywalker.
The original Ghost.
Yeah, the original old dude
Yeah,
from Star
yeah.
Wars, and then there's just all these weird characters which were
Are
hardly
you-
in the film.
Are you
and just,
getting
I'm
these
not getting them.
as standalone figurines, or are they inside the packaging
No, these are all
unopened?
standalone. I'm putting them this display in my.
So it
cabinets.
would be incredibly hard to buy something that's in a box, in
No,
a packaging.
It's not hard. It's just financially
Financial.
expensive.
Rick Springfield has them in the boxes. He has the
Yeah.
best
The
Star Wars
whole-
collection in the world.
Oh, okay.
There was actually a surprising trade which I discovered in my journeys around Melbourne, looking for figurines and stuff. And that's like you can actually buy replica packaging. So if you've got your loose figure,
yeah,
you
just
buy like
Oh.
the card it sits on, and it's got a loose plastic bubble. And you put your figurine
Then
back
stick
in
that.
it, and then it looks like it's original.
That's for the diehards. Okay.
But I'm of the opinion, I don't like collectors who buy stuff and leave it in boxes. It's a toy. The kids...
But then the value goes up
Yeah,
when
no,
it's
but
in the box.
you're stealing a toy from a kid.
Yeah, but you know a lot of those old packagings, they'd turn yellow over time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've still got my packaging from the AT-ST Walker, the two-legged one. The packaging of toys back then seemed to have a lot more care than it does now, and work put into it, and graphically and stylistically.
And also the quality of the plastic that was used to make that second generation-y type figurine.
Yeah.
Like you go to Toys R Us now and you get all the G.I. Joe type characters now, and they're hastily spray painted. They've still got all of the weeding edges flailing off the plastic arms.
Because I'm really looking forward. And
Mass production.
It's actually in Alexandria right now. It may possibly be sitting in my lounge room right now. I bought the AT-AT Walker from the United States, like the original 1980s one, in really good condition with all
Mint
the electronics
condition.
working. I've just got to replace one of the light cannon guns on the front, which is missing. And it could be sitting in my lounge room right now. The one toy I never got from Star Wars as a kid that I really, really wanted, it could possibly be sitting in my house right now.
One good thing about what Star Wars started the trend with, though, and obviously on the back of the cards, they have a picture of every figurine of the 100 or so figurines that was available in their set.
Yeah, I've actually
On the back of the packaging.
Yeah. Well, I
love that.
I actually got online. You could download this thing, and I've actually made a poster of all the original trilogy figurines which you could get, and made a big A1 poster out of it and got it framed and shit.
You got it framed?
So I'm going to put it amongst my glass cabinets.
When I moved
So
out
you
of
know who each person is.
when I moved out of home, I had to pack up all my toys into boxes, obviously.
Yeah.
But the great thing about packing up boxes is you get to come across all of the old pamphlets and that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I didn't have too many G.I. Joe figurines back in the day.
See,
But as a toy in the 80s, they were second best. Oh, let's say third best, because let's say Star Wars toys are the best. After that would be Transformers. But then G.I. Joe were the first figurines that had multi-jointed articulation on all of the little figurines and that. But the beautiful thing about it is when Dad got me this G.I. Joe Sandcrawler
With beach
gun-mounted beachcomber type G.I. Joe car that was the best Christmas present ever. But what was good about buying the box G.I. Joe toys is you get it was like an A5 fold-out pamphlet of the entire G.I. Joe range of toys, all set up in diorama format. They got clear pictures of every G.I. Joe toy you can buy. And
I had a few G.I. Joes back in the day.
yeah. I will.
Beachhead, Torpedo.
As part of my digging out my Star Wars figurines to put in my glass cabinets and stuff, I found my Transformers box, which I hadn't seen in probably 20 years.
Yeah.
Inside my Star Wars box is my Transformers scrapbook, which I built up.
Oh.
Because on the back of every Transformers you bought, you got this little barcode grid thing that you had to put this red piece of plastic in, and it showed all their skills, whether they were good at and stuff. Anyway, I glued them all into a scrapbook, and then I'd hand drawn images of all the shit. I'm going to have to bring it into the podcast.
I've got to see that.
Because it's
I've got to
amazing.
see that.
Anyway, that's our intro. That was good.
Yeah, that was a good intro.
That was good.
That's the best intro so far.
Yeah, you got everything off your chest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Jimbo,
feel
you feel good?
vindicated.
You good?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in that KFC next time.
Falling down, Michael Douglas all over again.
Anyway, so let's talk about what we're going to be talking about the rest of this podcast. So we've got more Star Wars news with Episode 8. Some Rogue One leaks, potentially. Star Wars, a remake. Well, not a remake, a restoration of the original Star Wars film by a set of fans called Team -1. We'll be looking at Ghostbusters, talking about the Uncharted 4 delays, looking at the HTC Hive VR headset release, and a whole lot of other stuff. But before we get onto that whole lot of other stuff, we need to mention that we've got a website. rebelscumradio.com. Check it out. Got lots of new articles posted up this week. So lots to look at. You can check out all those on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all of our podcasts are up on YouTube as well. And tell your friends that the podcast is available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio, and
Yeah.
any other podcast app that you can even think of. The feed will be there, and you will find us.
Yes.
And if you've got any ideas or comments, send them to us by email. There's a contact us form on the website, or you can get in contact with us. In contact. But via Facebook or Twitter, of course. So
Okay,
we shall be there.
I've got a question. I think I asked
Yes,
this
Master
last.
James.
I said, Charles.
I said Charles.
Charles, I asked you this last time, Charles.
Yes.
Has anyone made?
I had a UFC conversation the other day.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a conversation with him on.
As in,
on
someone posted a comment on our page.
Yeah, about Conor McGregor
From America or
from Ireland
And you replied to him on Facebook.
in the comments.
In the comments.
No, not in Facebook.
And
Via email.
did you discover that he had listened to our show?
No, we just talked about UFC.
So you know about the podcast, yeah?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor?
And while we're talking about UFC, I just want to give a quick shout out to the guys at Submission Radio and thank them for allowing to use their content for the UFC section of our website. They do good stuff. Thank you, Casper and Dennis. Thank you.
thank you very much.
Now,
Rumors.
Rumours. Episode 8, Rumours. Now, I'm going to read out 2 titles here,
Which are pretty long.
which are pretty long considering they're Star Wars. They're very Disney.
It seems like a Hobbit title.
Okay. Number 1. Let's discuss this. Star Wars, Tale of the Jedi Temple. What do we think of that? There's a little bit of Indiana Jones in there. There's
What is that?
There's
That's
a
like
little bit
Lion,
of-
the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
a little bit
territory.
Of it's very Star Wars Rebels
Star
to
Wars,
me.
Yoda, Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
and
It's definitely a young,
The old gang get back together. Oh, God.
kind of like sounds a little like a DuckTales movie. Or something.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The Tale of the Jedi Temple.
Yeah, it's just too long.
The
I
yarn,
don't know what-
a yarn about some Jedi hole.
Yeah,
That won't work.
it's
That's
too
not gonna
long
work,
and
yeah.
it's just weird. It's just
The
weird.
other one seems okay.
The other ones think if it could possibly work, it may need. Yeah, I don't know. It's possibly a little bit of a rework. I'm not sure.
The Order of the Dark Side.
Order of the Dark
It sounds
Side.
like the Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's a
'cause
little bit of Harry Potter. In there.
No, but I like the title. That sounds way better than
What about the Dark Order?
Yeah, the
That's
Dark
what-
Order,
yeah.
which is
the
what I
Lion, the
thought.
Witch, and the Jedi.
Because generally they're two.
which old witch?
the Gungan the Witch.
The Gungan witch.
Because they're usually most of them are like 3 or 4 words. So these ones are all like 5 words. But then again, it's Disney.
It's normally 3 words.
Yeah, so it's Empire Strikes Back, New Hope, Return of the Jedi,
Jedi.
4,
Revenge of the Sith.
Phantom Menace is 2, Revenge of the Sith,
Yeah, 3 or 4.
and then
Attack of the Clowns.
Attack of the Clowns,
What about Dominion of Darkness?
Dominion of Darkness.
Welcome to my dominion.
Yeah, but if
Okay,
like it all
I
depends.
dig
If
it.
you could, yeah. I mean, if they call it the Dark Order or something, they're obviously gonna.
You can imagine how long
Dark
their
Order
list.
sounds good,
you
yeah.
can-
Yeah,
the working title. You can imagine how long the list would be. Of
yeah. I mean, like the real working
They've
title.
probably written a program to generate
Yeah, I mean,
Star
like
Wars.
Star Wars
Luke
meme
returns.
generator.
Yeah, I mean,
they
like-
use Star Wars meme generator to come up with the title.
Yeah,
a
I mean,
working
like
title.
their Blue Harvest title at the moment for the film on set is Space Bear. So yeah,
We used advanced computers to come up with the Space Bear. Space Bear,
Cold blooded,
cold-blooded,
Star Wars.
perfect.
cold-blooded Jedi.
Charlie McPhee.
He got game.
Star Wars. Luke returns. The return of Luke.
Yeah, and while we're talking about Star Wars rumors
Luke is back.
and leaks, we might as well talk about Rogue One, which is
The trailer leak.
the trailer leak, which looks like. I think a lot of people have bundled in that the original trailer that was at Star Wars Celebration last year
Yeah.
before Force
The
Awakens.
one with
with the
Obi-Wan's
Obi-Wan
voiceover.
Kenobi. This may be one of that set which they chose.
Yeah.
I assume they made more than one. It
In
looks
my
like it.
opinion.
Yeah.
That being said,
So we've all watched it.
we've
Just-
all watched it. It definitely looks legit. Jono actually picked up something
Yeah.
here when we were watching it. That it's actually got the text in it is actually Rogue One _ then B versus S.
BVS.
So it's
Back-
like
They're going to show it before.
This is like a snippet before
Batman.
Batman.
Oh,
versus
that's
Superman.
a good tell. That's a good tell. Yep.
Yeah, so that's an interesting little thing.
So this might show the whole trailer before the movie.
Because there's been talk about the Rogue One trailer going before Captain America. But maybe...
Civil War still isn't a while away, though.
But Captain America is in like May,
Yeah, so maybe...
so they might show it before.
But maybe they do full trailer in Captain America and these snippets of Batman versus Superman.
They might want to steal the thunder from Batman versus Superman.
It's true. But the trailer looked legit to
Yeah.
me, but it looks like it's
An early incarnation.
a little snippet of
Yeah.
something that wasn't used a
Yeah.
fair while back.
Yeah.
But then again, if B versus S is
Yeah.
Superman, then maybe
It is.
maybe they have
Because
reworked.
capital B, small v,
yeah,
and capital S.
maybe they
has
have
to be.
reworked some stuff, just as little snippets to chuck in here and there, without doing a full trailer.
The shot of the AT-80s look really awesome.
Yeah,
The
and
sunset in the background.
and even the TIE fighter going through the clouds
Yeah,
towards the
yeah.
Death Star was, and just
In
the
a
colouring of it.
Yeah.
jungle-ish...
Yeah.
Which I assume would be Endor.
Jungle bookish.
Would it be Endor? Do you,
Indoor? No, this is before A New Hope.
Yeah, but... what?
So it's completely different planets. Is it?
Yeah, these aren't the Bothan plans.
Okay.
Oh, a planet. Yeah,
No,
it's
because you
completely
can
different
see the
planet.
Death Star in the background.
Yeah.
In the background of the planet.
Yeah, but we don't know where the Death Star was built from the New Hope.
But isn't Endor like...
Andor's Return of the
Isn't
Jedi.
like a redwood forest?
Yeah,
But
whereas
this
this
one
one's
looked
more
more
of
like
a
a
jungle.
jungle.
Yeah, okay.
So unless Endor was the original place where they built the first one as well, which could be the case, of course. So, but there was some other interesting things that come out of Rogue One this week as well, in terms of the Disney shareholders meeting was held maybe a week and a bit ago now, and one of the shareholders in there saw a little bit of footage that was
So it's confirmed. This.
yeah.
Okay.
So it was shown to the shareholders at that meeting as part of this is what we're
Yeah.
doing, this is what's happening this year, this is how you're going to get your dividend from your shares. Anyway, so he sent in a message to the Slash Film website, explained everything in terms of the stormtroopers he saw, new black stormtroopers, some chrome stormtroopers. So,
But the black
Wasn't he-
stormtroopers are just the TIE fighter pilots, aren't they?
not ground soldiers though.
Oh.
Does he have a right to release that information?
Probably not,
Yeah.
but he's anonymous,
Okay.
so he's not going to lose his shares.
Yeah.
But they'll probably hunt
Can
him
we get
down.
some shares?
Yeah, let's.
What, are they stat decking these people as they leave the shareholder meeting? Or?
I'd imagine they would. But,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I suppose you'd have some kind of right to chase him down and
Yeah.
find him out. But it's probably a good leak. Like a good leak. to
Maybe
let go.
Disney wanted the leak to happen.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah, that's true.
So what? There was one thing that also came out of it is the chairman of Disney, Bob Iger, made a comment at the shareholders meeting confirming that Rogue One occurs right before Star Wars: A New Hope in terms of the timeline.
Like
Like
right,
just
right
before.
before.
Like 2 hours before.
Yeah, so like whilst Luke.
So the woman in white did look a bit flustered when she said many Bothans had died.
No, that's Return of the Jedi.
Oh, that's Return of the Jedi.
That's long after.
This is different.
This is Star Wars: New Hope. So
New
this
Hope.
is when they're drinking blue milk in the cantina. This planet's got full on raging war going on, trying to steal some Death Star planets.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so that's very different from the Bothans then.
See, it is. But another thing that was mentioned is that the guy that sent through the review or the notes to Slash Film said it looks and feels exactly like A New Hope in terms of its styling, which is good.
Right.
Yeah.
The reason they remade the second trilogy on DVD, which is the next point we'll talk about
Oh,
Yeah.
with the Negative One group,
yeah.
is that they wanted to make this original trilogy stylistically look like the prequel one.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what he's talking about in terms of which Star Wars. Is it the DVD version, which has been revamped and a little bit hacked up and CGI'd, or the original? So that's not to be known yet.
Well, it's going to be good because, like, obviously the rebel soldiers had those conical shield hats. Remember the opening scene of New Hope
Those
where they blast the door down and then they start shooting each other? I loved the phaser guns that the rebels had on the ship that were protecting
Yeah.
the princess. And actually, there was another thing about that documentary. I was talking about earlier with the figurines.
Yep.
There's one of the guys that was collecting figurines.
Plastic Galaxy. Yeah.
One of the guys also collected. He somehow got his hands on like the style guide that came with the Star Wars movies. So it was like all of the AutoCAD plans of all of the, the things that appeared in the movie.
Like that movie
in architectural CAD drawing.
That movie made me feel so much better about myself in terms of like there are guys there like collecting like plastic molds and stuff. I was like, thank
Plastic
God.
molds.
I'm not.
You're not that.
I'm
that
not
bad.
completely OCD.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Going, Like I'm showing signs, but I'm not there. So
You haven't dressed up as Princess Leia yet.
yeah. Now whilst we're talking about not yet.
Not yet.
No, I'm saving that for the Christmas party. Whilst we're talking about look and feels of films, there's been a group of Star Wars fans called Team -1 who have laid their hands on a 35mm copy of the original Star Wars film. Like this is the untouched version, the un-George Lucas.
So is this like found at the bottom of a cinema somewhere, some closed cinema?
Well, I think they bought it somewhere.
Ah.
I'm not sure where they bought it, but they bought it, and then they've taken it upon themselves to frame by frame edit each frame of the film to restore it to like the original quality of the film.
I'm just seeing the video now on Jonathan's screen.
Yeah.
So,
It's amazing how pasty the original.
So the one at the top,
that looks like really old is.
the one that's really old is the retouched new version.
So that's, okay.
The top one is the current Blu-ray version. So the really clear one is the Blu-ray version.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
So
that's
the
George
original
Lucas
scroll
version.
had like a red filter to it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like this. The retouch version that 10-1 has got that softer feel that the original had, rather than the sharp digital feel that the remake on Blu-ray had. So
Nice.
it would be brilliant to see that. Hopefully it gets released and we get to see it in full. And Disney or George Lucas don't kibosh it in some way. Although I guess if they were going to, they would have by now. You think? Maybe?
You think they pay them and then...
Yeah. So that was an interesting little piece of news, and I mean,
And you said George was pretty upset about it.
George is upset about anyone tinkering with Star Wars.
I will end you.
Yeah,
Don't wake the snake!
yeah. So George is upset about everything.
He's upset about his bow tie.
You drinking my sake kemosabe?
He wears a good bow tie, the old George Lucas.
Does he?
No, I haven't
I've
seen
seen
him.
him wear a few bow ties.
Back in the
You're
day.
not thinking about Harold Ramis or something, are you? I've never seen George Lucas in a bow tie in my life.
Never.
He's always in like a collarless
Yeah.
shirt. Like,
Oh, I thought he was wearing at least a bow tie to the Force Awakens. No?
No.
no, I don't know what you were watching.
Here, no bow tie.
And whilst we're talking about Star Wars films and remakes and makes, it was also announced that they're making Disney are making a total of 10
This sucks.
Star Wars films. Now,
Is this including Force Awakens?
no, this is after Force Awakens. No, well,
After the Boba Fett.
there's 6. My understanding that they've released 1, they've got 5 to go, and then releasing another 5.
Oh, advertising.
Yeah. And
Tonight
maybe
on My
advertising.
Kitchen Rules,
Yeah. So
the
they're-
comment that stopped a nation. What did the news say? How did he react?
Oh, Jesus.
It's like watching X-Files. I'm watching X-Files going, this is amazing. X-Files is back on TV. Then bloody Dr. Bob Brown pops up. Celebrity, get me out of here. Down the bottom corner of the screen. Hello, celebrity. No. I don't care about I'm a celebrity. I'm watching X-Files. I don't need graphics to tell me that Celebrity Get Me Out of Here is on. I've seen people drink crushed tarantulas. It's been done. Jeez.
Anyway, these extra 5 films on top of the 6 on top of the 5 that are still to go, will be released after 2020.
Isn't it 6? Because there's the trilogy, then...
Yeah, but we've got 5 left. So we're talking about the 10 films.
Okay.
So we've got
Jeez,
5 left.
I might be 40 by then.
Yeah, jeez.
It's going to be a
I
movie.
might be retired by then.
So it's just a Star Wars movie every year for the next...
15 years or something. I don't know.
there's-
Like, Disney are going to kill it, I reckon. They're
people
gonna,
are going to hate Star Wars.
like, on top of everything else, on top of, like, Rebels and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, it's going to be heavy going. So they can't be Origins. I was actually thinking the other night, just going, I've got concerns about the origin stories with Han Solo and Boba Fett and stuff.
And Chewie's going to be there too in the Han Solo.
If they put those characters in a perilous situation, how are you going to feel any concern for them in terms of, Han Solo's not going to die.
Yeah.
Boba Fett's they're not going to die.
You're just debunking the whole prequel scenario as well.
It's
then.
just that they're going to be like the prequels. They're going to have that lack of tension unless they
Because you
do
know
them
what's
a
going to
certain
happen,
way. Unless they turn Han Solo into like a heist film
yeah.
where he gets caught rather than dying,
Yeah.
then that could work.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason why he couldn't get caught and get chucked in a jail on Tatooine or something. But they can't put him in any life-threatening peril because we know he survives.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
the same thing with Boba Fett. We know he gets to the sail barge, and then he's down Sarlacc
Maybe
pit,
they're,
unless it's post Sarlacc pit.
Perhaps their 11th film could be the first ever 1,000... Was it 10... How many years do you spend in Pit of Sarlacc's stomach when you digest?
I can't remember
Is
actually.
that 1,000 years? Slowly
This
digest
is
over
for 1,000
Yeah.
years.
The first ever 1,000-hour movie.
1,000-hour movie.
It's called Journey Through the Pit of Sarlacc. That could be their that could be the
1,000 years.
Yeah, 1,000-year film. It just keeps going.
Is it like I'm on those time delay films?
No, it's always playing at the cinema.
1,000
People
So
years.
you just you're in
Oh,
now-
just it's always
yeah, because you're in the city at night. You go, I just want to check out a bit more of Pit of Sarlacc and see what's
It's
going
like
on.
Goldfish Cam. You got Peter
Yeah,
Sarlacc
it's just
Cam.
always
Just always on
on.
just always on Channel 31 when nothing's
Yeah.
on.
And you might be lucky you're walking through Federation Square and they've got a little bit of Pit of Sarlacc on the first square screen. Be more engaging than Days of Our Lives.
Would that become the highest grossing movie of all time?
Yeah, because
Peter Sarlacc.
Over 1,000 years?
1,000 years.
Calculating inflation?
It's a long time in gold class. Jesus.
I don't know if you used to watch Monkey Magic.
little
Did
bit.
you ever watch that when you were a kid?
I was in
Monkey
a minute.
Magic,
Yeah.
Monkey Magic.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's an episode on that show where Monkey Pigsy Sandy eaten by this giant demon. But the whole episode is them fighting their way through his stomach, and it's all like really bad props.
Oh, Jesus.
Just it's worst production values I've ever seen. But every time the demon drank alcohol, Pigsy, Sandy, and Monkey would get drunk as well, and they'd have to fight like all these mini demons in their stomach while drunk. It was one of the best episodes on that show.
Yeah. They're on YouTube, Jono. You can check them out.
I'll check it out.
Monkey is Acquired Taste.
But-
it's very much cult.
It's cult, but the intro movie to Monkey is one of the best intros to a TV show evs.
Better than the Thundercats intro? That's one of the best.
I always thought that Voltron had a really good intro.
I think the Japanese opening to X-Men 90s X-Men cartoon is pretty good. The Japanese
Which
anime
you still haven't
version.
seen.
What's that?
Oh, you're
No.
talking about the Japanese one.
No, well,
The
for
original
Japanese audience, they rejigged the intro.
The,
What?
the
to
90s,
the 90s
version.
one, yeah. So you still see Jubilee and stuff. on
The,
it.
the,
What
nine- the 90s X-Men cartoon.
No, I haven't seen that. I've got to check that out.
Oh, I've got them all on DVD if you want them.
Cool. I'll check
It's
it
a great show.
It has the best music too.
out. As good as
And
Transformers.
Wolverine's voice is perfect in that show. want to go. Three of a kind.
And we'll finish off this section of the podcast with a couple of little bits. We'll finish off with a little bit more Star Wars news.
Yep.
And that's to do with the Han Solo standalone film.
Which Chewie is going to appear in.
Yeah, Bob Iger, again, the chairman of Disney, has said that Chewie's going to show up in the movie.
A younger Chewie.
Younger Chewie. have his hair in dreadlocks. I mean, it's quite a shock. It's quite a shock that Chewbacca would turn up in the Han Solo film. Jesus.
A rusty Chewie.
Jeez, I wasn't expecting that.
Weren't they saying the guy though that plays Chewie? He's getting it. His knees aren't quite as good anymore.
Yeah, they got the
What's his name? Peter
Peter Mayhew.
Mayhew.
Yeah, so he got replaced by a younger guy.
Does Peter Mayhew do the voice as well?
Yes.
In Empire of Dreams, a documentary I just watched last week again, there was scenes where Chewbacca was actually speaking. Like, he was speaking in the voice.
English?
Oh,
Yeah, just to fill in the gaps for the actors.
Ah.
And he was speaking through the suit, and then...
because I've seen Darth Vader delivering his lines as the actor's voice.
Yeah.
and then obviously they
No.
strip over
Yeah, so...
James Earl over the top.
Sound designer Ben Burt made Chewie's voice. So it wasn't...
So, is it based on a human voice?
From memory, it was based upon... this was in the documentary.
Is it made by a human? That's my question.
No. It was based upon... What was it based upon? It was in Empire of Dreams. Actually talked about it. I can't remember now. They based it upon a couple of animals, and then they combined them together to make the voice. Empire of Dreams is
because we have a fair crack at work
Yeah.
with the noises. Like we do a pretty good job.
I have the cup that you gave me.
You got the cup.
Yeah.
Every time I take a sip.
Yeah. I still want to get that mask.
Yeah, so he got his voice from recordings of bears, lions, and badgers.
Badges.
Bald as a Chewbacca's ass.
But if you want to like, there's a Star Wars making documentary. If you want to get behind the scenes of the original Star Wars, Empire of Dreams, which is on YouTube.
Oh.
It's a really good documentary. Check it out. It's one of the best. I highly recommend it to all those Star Wars fans out there who may not have seen it. I'm pretty sure all of them would have.
Impressive. Most impressive.
There's a bit more Star Wars news about J.J. Abrams.
Oh, yes.
Apologies accepted.
This is something that Jono picked up this
Did
afternoon.
someone say apology accepted?
Apologies accepted, JJ.
Because he apologized for not having Chewie hug Princess Leia when he got off the ship.
You didn't hug your sister.
Because, like you said,
Hug it out, bitch.
he would have been the best man at the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, they needed to do a big Ari Gold hug.
Yeah.
They needed to sort it out.
Okay, that's obviously
An entourage.
entourage
Yeah,
reference.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice. I didn't pick it up in the film.
I was waiting for that to happen. Like, he gets off, and then he just walks past. Oh, by the way, Han died.
Oh, Han died. Yeah.
Can we make a Rebel Scum Radio only video of we'll mash up JJ going cool beans, and then we'll have Chewie going cool beans, and we replay the whole cool beans.
Cool.
Cool. B.
Cool baby. Cool
beans. I think we should try and do that.
That's got to go into the comedy section.
Yeah, we can work around that.
You've seen the
no,
movie?
because all we'd
Which
need.
Hot Rod.
No, it's on my download.
Because what we could do is
Not that I download things, but
You
Yeah,
know- you know
on
how-
your Netflix downloads. Yeah.
from iTunes.
Yeah.
from respected sources.
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
you know how there's a lot of videos now where people superimpose people's heads, like Billy Brownless' head,
Into movies.
onto
Yeah.
Jerry Springer type
Yeah.
graphics.
Yeah.
So we could put J.J. Abrams' head
And Sam Burke.
on Princess Leia, where that scene where Chewie hugs Princess Leia, and that could be the Cool Beans sequence,
Yeah.
like playing back and forth. You Cool Beans? Cool Beans? And then it's... Oh, that'd be fantastic.
I'll have to check this out.
Who has the skills for imposing?
Well, I
between
reckon
two of
there's
us?
probably a website now
We could
that
probably-
says,
yeah, it's probably
you know,
it's probably
upload
online tool,
upload a photo.
ImposeChewie.com.
or we could definitely talk to Justin about doing it
Yeah.
for us.
Yes,
Yeah, so.
he has the know-hows.
He has the skills. He's a Jedi master of video.
You got to link the Cool Beans video in the show notes.
We will. We'll put it.
Yeah.
We'll put all these.
Cool Beans?
All these stories
Right,
that we're
cool.
talking about
Cool Beans.
mainly are on Rebel Scum, but we'll put all the links in the
Yeah.
show notes anyway. So
Yeah, because
Cool beans.
actually,
them out.
just one more little thing. You're going to be hating on me for this, but I've actually been.
I already
quite,
hate you.
No, I've been quite enjoying it on TV. Is that I caught a couple of episodes of Downtown Abbey.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. See, I
How
told you
did
the
this get on
hate.
this podcast? We're talking about Downtown Abbey.
How did you get onto this podcast?
Yeah, but because
How did
because
this happen?
hello,
Sweet baby.
Sweet baby
Sweet
Jesus.
baby, is this thing on? Tell us about Downtown Abbey.
No,
We'll turn this into a special.
the only reason I'm talking about Downtown Abbey is because
It's downtown.
now that you're
It's
talking
downtown.
about
It's not downtown.
because
Is it Downton Abbey?
Downtown.
It's not Downtown.
Downton.
Would have been better if Downtown Abbey.
Downtown.
Things would be great.
Down.
Anyway, continue on.
So
don't wanna
we've
cram
got a
yourself.
comedy section on our website now.
Yeah.
We do.
So,
We've started populating. With
So-
our first little
Charlie, no,
it's Prince.
it's the Prince. Yeah.
I've got
man, that can ball.
well, I've got
That
some.
kick.
I've got some
Wow.
YouTube videos of my own that I'd like to put into this comedy section.
But you're in the video.
No. Just
This bores me.
what is it, Baldrick? What is it now, Baldrick?
Oh yeah, Blackadder videos got to be in there.
Oh yeah, that did.
Blackadder. This thing writes itself.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Anyway, long story short.
See,
Fast Show is one of my favourite British comedy shows from the
You.
late from the late 90s.
Yeah.
So they did a sketch where they took off.
I'm not putting any of those Al Stewart videos of yours.
No, we're not going to. No. That's for the X-rated Rebel Scum Radio. Al Stewart.
That's for the gold members.
That's for the platinum members.
That's for the bloody. That's for the Barwood prison members.
Anyway,
Anyway,
the Fast Show took the piss out of Downton Abbey, and they used the guy John Actor
Oh, the Fast show's still on.
to play the
Fast show's still
butler.
on?
the butler,
No, they did a 20-year anniversary,
Oh, okay.
and
kind of like Fuller House.
so
Full of house.
yeah, minus the twins. Because there was one of the great sketches on the original Fast Show was John Actor, tough, uncompromising detective.
So he comes to.
So he plays the butler on Downton Abbey. He goes, we've hired a new butler. I suppose we should bring him in. And then John Actor comes in as the butler. He's like, right, you, go polish me boots. You, go make me a cuppa. Anyway, we'll put all that stuff on the comedy section.
Yeah.
Sorry for
How
the
did we get off
segue.
that? We were talking. You brought something to the table.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams' apology. Then we ended up on Downtown
Heavy. What a segue.
All right, let's segue back.
And I wanted to. I don't think I can segue from Downton Abbey into the Uncharted 4 game delay. I don't know how you do that.
You just
But
tap.
just tap it
back in. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll end up with some bad news for all the gaming fans out there. Uncharted 4, probably the biggest franchise on Sony PlayStation, exclusive to Sony PlayStation, has been pushed back another couple of weeks for the release on May 10th. So
Just a couple of weeks.
Just a couple of weeks. I think they
I thought you were going
may.
to say a year or something.
Last weekend they had their multiplayer kind of beta testing session going on. I know a few people that did it may have had a few issues.
So maybe
small
it's just,
issues.
is
that
it
they
just
wanna fix.
fixing the online element? Maybe.
They're just making sure, like a lot of games recently have launched and not been quite right. And I think they're just getting the multiplayer right, to be honest. So, but this is its third delay in terms of how it's been going. But it's only been pushed back here and there, and they've told everyone why. It's like the game's not quite right. We want to get it right. We want to get it right. So they're doing it for the right reasons.
We selected the wrong setting for rendering the hair.
Yeah.
And it actually pushed our time. So you see, it pushed our time frame because we were rendering the hair follicles on direct.
Anyway, we're going to take a break. We hope you enjoy the tune, and we'll be back in a minute with we're going to be talking Ghostbusters after the break.
Let's
Shit's
the
gonna go
discussion
down.
begin. It's going to be on.
cue the
Shit's
Ray
going
Parker
down.
Jr.
Ray Parker Jr.
See the danger signs, sneaking up from behind. Kinda like someone telling you what to say. Looks like you've lost control. Something going on in your soul. See you coming from a mile away. Saving the day, saving the day. When you get to the point where it's driving you insane, saving the day, saving the day. You seem a little strange. Something about you not the same. Nowhere to hide from the feeling running through my veins. Get close to the frightening truth. Run away just ain't no use, baby. You got the will, you got the way. Saving the day, saving the day. Speak up fast and slip in the back room. Saving the day, saving the day. When you get to the point where it's driving you insane. Saving the day.
Welcome back to Rebel Scum Radio. We've had a good time in the break. Jim Bob Jones has lost his stuff over there.
Lost your shit.
He's
I think I need a Scotchy
he needs a scotch. He's been doing his lifts in the break.
It's waxing lyrical.
But it's time to talk about a topic that we've been talking about in the last few podcasts with great trepidation. We've seen it finally. The Ghostbusters trailer was released on March 3rd, along with a little featurette trailer.
Yeah.
My fears were they haven't been lessened by what I saw in the trailer.
The dislikes on the YouTube trailer,
I've never seen anything like the
It's-
dislikes. Where's it at?
Oh, where's it currently at?
300,000, 387,000
Thumbs down?
thumbs down,
Yeah.
Ooh.
176 thumbs up, 76,000 thumbs up,
Ooh. How many views?
And that's
That'll-
Saturday Night
22
Live.
million.
22 million views.
That's Saturday Night
That's
Live.
unprecedented.
Yeah, I've
She
never
seemed
seen
really
anything
plastic.
like that.
Where the dislikes
Yeah.
beat the likes by that much.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like
I'm
that.
peeved about the quality of the ghosts rendering.
What do you mean? Slime
Well, they should have just stuck to the way they did in the 80s with the claymation superimposed.
Yeah.
Now that's all like slick looking, perfect looking ghosts. You know,
Even Slimer looks too perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll relaunch the cartoon series.
Egon.
The real Ghost.
They're doing a cartoon movie too.
They are.
Yeah,
With this cast or the old cast?
no idea.
No idea. Interesting. But for those who aren't across it all, we've got an article. They've also got a secondary kind of viral website called the Paranormal Studies Lab, which we've got a link to on articles, which kind of go. They're going to be publishing some featurettes and stuff in there, which aren't trailers for the film. So there's one in there at the moment which talks about the real life physics behind the proton packs which are in this film and how they're different from the proton packs in the original.
So is this kind of like the Jurassic World website where you could book tickets to go to Jurassic World? Is it a similar type?
It's not a thing. It's just one of those kind of viral, like.
Is it
Oh,
sanctioned by the studio that made the movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like the guy that they got in to actually within the film, in the trailer where you saw Kirsten Wiig and she's like the nuclear physicist and
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
in front of the blackboard with all those formulas and stuff in there. They brought in a physicist. I can't remember his first name, but his surname is Maxwell, and he's a professional physicist. His job was to make sure all the notes on set, all the blackboards and everything were all 100% spot on and real.
It wasn't just gibberish.
Yeah, so they didn't get any post movie.
So they weren't using any graphics from Assassin's Creed
No, they weren't. It wasn't just a blackboard full of like lorem ipsum. What the hell is this? So,
Dollar sit lorem ipsum. What?
I guess where the trailer was what I expected to be. Not very funny.
I can't believe how
wasn't funny at
underwhelming
all.
it was. It was so underwhelming. There was no bang.
No fun here.
Just
No
these
fun.
Really, that very last
The slapping scene where she slaps the ghost out of her face.
and like her head spins around and just
Nah.
these old school rip-offs of other shows and just.
There was a new trailer today, the international trailer.
Is
There's a bit more footage and more footage of Chris Hemsworth.
Is it less funny?
Oh,
Or more
it's just
funny?
shit. No.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Like I spoke to Justin, our videographer, about it, and
Our videographer.
he's our videographer. Justin, if you're listening, our videographer.
He belongs to us.
Yeah, and
Yes, I've
and
seen it.
he was a big fan of Spy with Melissa McCarthy, and he said the trailer to that movie was similarly underwhelming,
But the movie was good.
but the movie was good.
And it's the same director.
Yes,
Whereas Zoolander 2 put all the jokes from the movie into the one trailer, and they were the jokes in the movie.
yeah.
Because the rest of the movie was terrible. Zoolander.
The Mama's Pajamas.
Mama's pajamas.
Ma-
They even...
And the Mama Pajamas.
I can't believe it. There was one scene in the trailer
Where he,
that they rejigged in the actual movie
where he
version.
spits the
Yeah.
latte
Where he spits the latte on his
on Todd.
yeah.
That's my
And they
goddamn
changed
latte.
they changed in the movie.
But I mean, like Sony and Columbia Pictures can't be happy about what's going on
No.
with the dislikes and the
Nobody's going to go to the cinemas. Are you going to go to the cinemas?
I'll go, but not like I'm going to Superman and Batman.
yeah.
And
I'm gonna go so
Star
far as
Wars
to
and
say
Deadpool and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to go so far as to say that I'm waiting for DVD on this one because that dubstep rehash of Ray Parker Jr.'s original song is
Sacrilegious.
like, didn't dubstep kind of move on from its Skrillex days?
They should have got Ray Parker Jr. to come back and redo the song.
Yeah, it's
He's in Detroit.
What?
He's living in
On the
Detroit.
streets?
I don't know. Maybe he's playing
But-
point guard for the Pistons. Huh?
he plays good game.
Man, that cat can ball.
No, because he would have got royalties from them using that song again.
Yeah.
So, he's got payday checks
But he'd
coming
be
in.
60-something now.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have the moves anymore, would he?
Something strange.
And then, what else did Ray Parker Jr. do, though? This is what I need to know.
I actually got
What
no
else has
recollection.
he...
He must have
Has he
other
done
stuff.
some crazy, graffiti...
He was
movie?
a double for Lando Calrissian.
They're a bit similar looking, aren't
Yeah.
they? Oh, nice.
Lando.
Yeah, I don't
What's
know.
a Lando?
Ray Parker Jr. What else could he have been in?
Because he might have made some other great records too, because it's a killer song, when you
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't in like New Edition with Bobby Brown or anything, was he?
Because similar to Lando.
Jeez, he's even got the matching
Yeah.
mullet.
He's a Lando.
Actually, that song features on the 80s, 90s mix-up.
What
Did-
does
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be cameos from Bill Murray?
Yeah, there are.
There?
There are. There definitely are.
Maybe that's the smoking gun. Maybe it's their appearance in the movie that make it
maybe
all
they show up
worthwhile.
halfway through the movie and save the movie.
You never know. They might even rejoin the team and take on that stupid figurine that you showed us last time. The monster?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
the Gremlin.
Oh, the
Gremlin copy. Yeah,
And
let's copy
Marshmallow.
Gremlin. Jeez.
What do you mean the Gremlin?
Well, the
Remember?
the figurine looks like a
yeah,
gremlin.
that's right. I forgot
The
about
ghost.
that. But yeah, cameos of Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, and Sigourney Weaver. So
Rick Moranis,
no Rick.
Nah, he's finished. He's retired from film.
since his wife died.
Yeah,
poor
yeah.
guy.
So 3 of the 4, obviously impossible to get
Wait,
all 4.
did you mention Dan Aykroyd? No Dan Aykroyd.
No Dan.
No Dan.
Yeah, no, there's Dan.
Oh, he's in it. Okay.
There's Dan and Bill and Sigourney and Ernie Hudson, who
Oh.
was Zeddemore.
When is it? June? Is it June? May?
July.
July.
It's not long now.
Not long now. I don't want to see it on opening night.
No.
I'm happy for DVD.
It may well be a movie marathon type film.
I'm happy
You
for
chuck me in a couple other films, and I may well go see it.
I'm happy for Netflix
Netflix,
if it makes it on Netflix.
Netflix, Hulu,
Yeah.
something. Just not $50 in gold class.
No.
No.
No. But yeah, so you can tell by our reaction to it, we're really underwhelmed and
Bad
disappointed.
enough paying $20 for
But-
the bratwurst sausage they put in that hot dog. Oh,
But that being said, I'm going to judge Ghostbusters on what it is, and not against the other films.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I just don't like it. It's not going to affect. Like, I didn't like Ghostbusters 2 particularly all that much, but it's not going to affect how much I like the original film. I can go watch that on DVD any damn time I choose.
it's one of those rewatches too. Like there's films from the 80s that you can just watch over and over again and never get sick of them. And Ghostbusters is simply one of those movies.
Like planes, automobiles.
Yeah, planes, trains, automobiles.
Yeah.
I can watch it over and over again.
Ghostbusters.
I can watch Blues Brothers a million times and I'd love it every time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of noted when I was writing the review of the trailer and stuff for the article online. When I tried to classify what the original Ghostbusters was in my head, it's kind of going. I've still struggled to classify exactly what Ghostbusters is. It's a comedy, adventure.
And there were some scenes that genuinely scared you, even though it was a comedy.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know exactly what action movie.
Action comedy.
I mean, it's not. It wasn't a laugh out loud kind of comedy.
No.
It was kind of, I don't know, it was a kind of original kind of type film that is kind of hard to categorize.
I think the more you watch it too, I think you appreciate every actor's nuances in the film, because that's what it's about. Is the little one-liners, the way Bill Murray says something, or just to hear Sigourney's devil voice or something like.
I mean, like,
there's bits like that, and they're the stuff that I remember that when I was a kid. That's the stuff that.
Yeah, there was one thing that did come out of the trailer, which I kind of thought would be the case beforehand, and as a glimmer of hope for the film, is that Kate McKinnon did seem pretty funny in the trailer. So that's 1 out of 4.
She did the Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, well, they're all Saturday Night Live. But
She does a good impersonation of Justin Bieber.
Yeah, she does. Brilliant. So that's a ray of hope. And that I think she's kind of like the Venkman character, so she could carry it a fair bit, I think. Which could be good.
Hey, look, check this out.
What have you got?
There's another big screen Ghostbusters flick in the works that could star Channing Tatum.
Oh, I heard rumours about that a while ago, that they're releasing another Ghostbusters film set with a male cast.
Yeah.
What?
With Joe and Anthony Russo of Captain America to direct and
Yeah, I
produce.
heard that, but I don't know how far the rumour got, or whether it was ever validated as factual. So,
THR confirms it. Huh.
well, interesting.
The Hollywood
Weird.
Reporter, yeah.
Why would you make 2 films at once?
But they've done it before.
What do you mean?
Snow White, and now Jungle Book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We shall see. If this one bombs, then you might as well check it out. So,
Channing Tatum's got good comedic timing, though. I've seen 22 Jump Street.
My name is Jed.
He's pretty good in that.
Have you seen that? 22 Jump Street.
Yeah.
He says his name. My name is Jeb.
anyway, if you don't want to watch Ghostbusters, you can't be bothered going to the cinema. There's an option for you. You can stay at home. Because recently, in the last few months, Paramount have released Paramount Vault on YouTube, where they've released like hundreds of films for free onto YouTube. You can watch whatever you want. Some of the highlights on there are Master of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren getting a second shout out on this show. Jesus.
3 shout-outs.
3 shout-outs. There's
Are there any new movies? Or is it...
not very many new ones.
I need a list. I need to see a list.
Clueless.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Alicia Silverstone?
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It has
Yeah,
Airplane.
won't
It
be
has
watching
Airplane.
You do American Ninja 2.
Is it called Airplane or is it called Flying High?
Airplane. Because in America,
That's when I
it's
developed
called,
my drinking
Oh
part.
yeah, there's Airplane. in like
Oh, look
in-
at that Airplane.
in like the sizzle reel, they include Transformers, Forrest Gump, and World War Z. So it's,
Gladiator. It has Gladiator.
yeah, so be interesting to see what they do with it and what movies they. put on there.
I want to
and-
see the list. I've got to see a list.
I want to see the list.
I need a list.
I gotta see the list. But it's an interesting thing for a movie studio to do. There's a lot of old classic films in there. There's one in
But
there
aren't
which
all these going to run out of copyright eventually and all that kind of?
they
business?
never run out of copyright.
They never run out.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, there's 70 years on copyright, right, for the creator of a piece of work. But as
How many
soon-
years? 70.
70
Okay.
from their death.
Yeah.
So if you make a movie when you're 30,
Yeah.
you live to 80, then you got 70 years after that.
Okay.
Okay.
But then if like the owner of the rights to that film then remake that before that 70 goes out, so if Paramount remake that film in like the 65th year, then the copyright kind of restarts again, right?
So then,
Because then you own the rights
Yeah.
to the new one. So you perpetually have the copyright to the film. Which is why, like the reason why Disney creates a lot of its films that it does is that all the Brothers Grimm stories and stuff, they're all in public domain, right?
okay.
So it doesn't cost them anything
Yeah.
in rights to make them.
Oh, it has Transformers. Yeah.
What do you mean by the Brothers Grimm?
The Brothers Grimm stories.
Like such
All
as
the
which
old
one?
fairy tale stories. Like
Snow White, and-
like Rapunzel and all that kind of stuff.
oh,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So that's all open slather.
That's all open, slather, open.
So nobody owns Rapunzel as such.
No, you can use it as public domain.
Rapunzel.
Yeah. But you can't use the Disney versions in public domain. So, like, if Disney wanted to make a Rapunzel movie and Paramount wanted to, yeah, then they're both good because no
Okay.
one owns the actual.
Yeah, it was like Snow White.
Yeah.
Yeah, two different studios.
Yeah. So.
Ah,
Kill me.
But you own the copyright to the movie that you make.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not just but not the original piece of work that's based upon. Because it's in public domain. So, like, we could make a Snow White film if we wanted to. Justin, if you're listening, we're going to make a Snow White film.
The Snow White.
Yeah, it's going to be set in the 80s in LA.
Snow White. Hell of a draft.
Yeah.
Hell of an apple.
So, yeah.
Apples. Hell of a fruit.
Yeah, so we'll have a link to the Paramount Vault in our show notes, so you can check it out and see if there's any films here if you want. The one that stands out is He-Man and the Master of the Universe.
Oh, I just have to do Master of the Universe.
The
all
Cosmic
over
Key. The Cosmic Key. Next. Well, we've been talking about VR a little bit over the last few shows here and
Yep.
there.
HTC.
I think
HTC have released their Vive headset in competition
Oh.
to the Oculus Rift.
Right.
Later on this year, I think PlayStation are due to release their Morpheus. Haven't released any
Why
real
is it
pricing
all
on there.
just happening now this year? Aurora Borealis for VR. Why is it?
I'm
this
beginning.
year?
Well, Google Cardboard's been out for a little while, and maybe just public interest just kind of built up, or maybe it's just a marketing thing because it's very hard to pirate VR material, right? So maybe it's kind of like what cinemas did with 3D. Like if you put your films in 3D, you can't really take your camera into a studio and,
then film it
and HD cam a 3D
3D
movie
movie.
because it's fuzzy and
Unless
it's
you
all
had
shit.
two cameras set at the right angle.
Yeah, but it's a form of licensing control, right? Using different formats. So
I still think that the concept of seeing your Minecraft creation like populate from like your kitchen table at home.
oh yeah.
Like that is pretty mind blowing.
Yeah.
But what peeves me about VR is that there were VR helmets back in the late 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it died.
And with all crappy vector based
And now it makes a comeback.
I'm shocked.
But
That
now,
it's taken this long for
But-
suddenly everyone to be
well, you had a
releasing something.
Well, you had
Well,
a problem
hipsters?
in the 90s in terms of like we're now in an era where PCs in the home, powerful PCs in the home, are commonplace. So like even this HTC Vive headset, they've got a little tool which tells you whether or not your PC is powerful enough to run it. And most PCs, desktop PCs, will need a new NVIDIA or AMD graphics card just to run this damn thing. So, I mean, like, they talk about the cost being $799 US, which is
Yeah.
actually a couple $100 more than the Oculus Rift. So in Australia, it's going to be massive.
Yeah.
But then you've got all these extra costs on top of that in terms of getting your PC up to spec on running it. Now, HTC does ship with 3 free games and all these external controllers, kind of like
Yeah.
PlayStation Move type stuff. So you do get a lot of stuff, but and they did sell 15,000 units, their original quota, in like 10 minutes.
Do you
10
reckon?
minutes.
But when you look at the industry as a whole, what gaming companies need to make profits out of games and the things that they produce, having 15,000 units is like having 15,000 PlayStations out in the marketplace. You're not going to make any money. So they need millions of units sold, not tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands to get shit.
15,000 at $1,000 a unit.
Yeah,
How much is that?
1.5 million.
Oh shit.
Not really much coin.
But that being said, they have got, whilst they sold out, we don't know. After that, there's pre-orders for more headsets, so we don't know what the numbers for that are. It could be enormous.
I've got a prediction, though. I think Melbourne will be one of the first cities in the world to have
The VR bar.
Yeah, VR bar. So you bring your own little VR helmet and you plug yourself into like a chest
Is this like
jacket,
just like a silent club?
silent club,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like going onto Star Trek's holodeck, and the bar you can dial in what you could turn
Captain,
a bar into
I
the
just can't do it.
you could turn your bar into the cantina scene on Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah.
And have you live vicariously in that moment, and you can order some blue milk. And all you got to do is bring your own VR helmet and plug yourself in.
Plug it in.
Just plug it in. Just plug it in.
Plug it.
You know what we should do? Is actually buy an empty block somewhere around inner city Melbourne, knock it down, somewhere that's zoned
There's a
for
few.
bars.
There's a few car
That's zoned
parks.
for bars,
Yeah.
and actually build a replica of the Cantina bar. And just open a bar.
That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't like you very much.
Hire a guy who's
I'm
just
wanted in 7 suburbs.
in Dampton.
In Doveton, Broady.
Brody.
I made the Kessel Run between Cranbourne and
Just have a guy dressed as...
Dandenong in 15 minutes.
Just reserve one
Kessel
boot.
Road
Just
Run.
reserve one boot.
Kellett's Road Run in
Killis
15
Road Run.
minutes.
Killis Road Run in 15 minutes.
Just reserve one boot for a guy dressed like Han and Greedo.
Yeah.
Have them talking to each
Yeah,
other.
done. Yeah. Yeah, you can have some shooting games with Ed and Greedo.
And then the DJ has to come up and play that piano in Jabba the Hutt's palace. I'm going to play the clarinet. I'll play the clarinet.
Yes, flute. Yes,
Oh,
flute.
What's that Star Wars disco record again that you've got?
Miko.
Miko.
Star Wars Disco.
Play Miko on loop. Perfect.
Great record, that one. Great
It
record.
is. It is.
I wonder if you'd have licensing issues with that.
With what?
Create a cantina bar like that.
Oh,
Well, no, you'd have to get the blessing from Disney.
Yeah.
we'll just spell it with a K. It'll be fun.
Cantina.
Cantina. Now, on to
Would droids be allowed in?
droids.
Yeah,
no.
because no droids
No
allowed.
droids. You know there's no droids around
Yeah.
here. It's plainly stated.
No droids allowed.
Yeah.
So you can't bring your what are those wheel things people balance on? What are those things?
Your
called?
Segway?
Hover,
Segway.
Hover segways.
Hover
segways.
It's a Segway. It's not really a hoverboard.
They call it
not
a
a
hoverboard.
That's if they don't
It's a
catch in the
Segway.
flames in the streets.
We don't serve segways in here.
Yeah. You can't bring your Samsung, your vacuum cleaners into the bar. On to other great ideas. In the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a little set of episodes based upon Google's Lunar X Prize, which is a $30 million prize where general people off the street, just like Jim Bob, or probably more
Jim
like
Bob
Davide. I think Davide could probably do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, my my artificial intelligence coding's a bit rusty.
Yeah, I know. I tell you should spend more time on it. But J.J. Abrams has been involved with this, with Bad Robot.
Mine's more like
I don't know
Peter
what
says
J.J.
no.
I don't know what the hell he did in 2015, but he worked. It's either him or there's clones of him. I was going to make a Last Starfighter reference. You guys won't go.
You got to watch that.
He's been everything I kind of see. Oh yeah, this is
He's in
turned out by Bad Robot.
11/22/63.
Yeah.
He's in everything.
And 10 Cloverfield Lane, which comes out
Yeah.
this week
This
in
week,
Australia.
yeah.
So I'm going to check that out on the weekend.
He's
I'll let you
a
know how it
producer's
goes.
producer.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to 10 Cloverfield Lane. Which is
Looks promising.
Looks promising as a kind of sequel
John
to
Goodman is in it.
Cloverfield. Yes.
Darlene!
So I'm looking for that. But, yeah, so this is a 9-part series that'll be showing on YouTube and also Google Play. So this airs in a week and a bit. So it's called Moonshot. So there are 16 teams vying for a $30 million prize if they can successfully operate a privately developed robotic spacecraft and get it on the moon before December 31st, 2017.
What, no humans involved?
No, you just need to get a robot on the moon by December 31st, 2017.
What, like a humanoid robot? Or like
Any robot.
Any robot from...
Like
Any
a,
robot.
a jet hopper,
Yeah.
for all you know. like
Like
just,
a drone.
Just like a robot. Something that'll send a signal back and say that it's on the moon. So $30 million. So this is like, when you think about it, like...
Where
getting-
are they going to find the money to fund their own projects?
I don't know. It'll be in the documentary, I would assume. Or you could assume that they're extremely wealthy people that are building these.
But this
things.
should be
But
all...
you'd have to get
This should be
financial
all
Yeah.
people already based in robotics industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I
the-
mean, there's no... A guy's not taping together up some paddle pop sticks and sending it off
Yeah.
to the moon.
No.
On some...
Don't you think a lot of...
On some penny baggers you brought
Don't,
from...
don't you think a lot of military-based money would be being ciphered into a lot of robotics research currently, don't you think?
No,
You'd think
What-
the military would be driving the...
possibly. But
progression.
Heaps of it. You've seen the...
Well, I've seen a lot of
the
videos.
the deer robot.
yeah, but I would think if you went to a technology company and said, I need $5 million worth of funding to get
Yeah.
to the moon, and then these companies fund it, and they get featured on Google in a highly profiled video series, and then one of them gets $30 million back,
Yeah.
you'd go, yeah.
Yeah.
You go, yeah, I've got a chance of making $25 million. And then, like NASA and stuff, they've got cheap technologies which they can then use and to develop their own space program, which are laboured down by extreme costs. If they can find someone that can get a robot to the moon for a few $1 million, then they can scale that down because of their size and scope to do it super cheap, and then all of a sudden we've got a space program again.
Speaking about moon, there's an eclipse tonight. Is it tonight?
In Indonesia?
Just
That's
Indonesia?
already happened.
Is it just Indonesia?
What happened
The moon's
yesterday?
just not in Indonesia. There's moons everywhere. There's more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's flat anyway. It's a
Yeah.
hologram.
Yeah. It's
I
flat.
thought it was just projected up there.
Yeah. That's why our friend was talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's in
our
Indonesia.
friend,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll include... we've got an article about Moonshot, which is the documentary series that J.J. Abrams made about the Google Lunar X project. So check that out on the website, and also bookmark March 17 on YouTube. That's when the 9-part series starts, and you can binge because they're releasing all the episodes at once.
Like Netflix.
Good.
Like Netflix. So you can check them out. Each episode's about 7 or 8 minutes long. So in like an hour and a half, you'll be able to watch everything, pretty much.
Sweet.
It'll be good. Excellent. Next one's a little bit of a short one. Just to let you know, on our website, we talked about a game developer called Aperions redeveloping Knights of the Old Republic, an old Star Wars game. They've released their first HD footage on YouTube. So we put that on the video sections on our website. So you need to check that out. It's hard to explain how good it is. It's pretty good. And keep an eye out. No news yet as to when it's going to be released. There are some little bits in there that's still a little bit jaggy.
How's the hair rendering?
Very good.
We,
You're a hair man, aren't you?
we put particular attention to the hair rendering of Knights of the Old Republic just to... Well, the hair rendering in Uncharted's pretty damn good.
Most games' hair rendering's awesome.
Especially,
I saw the
Tomb
grass.
Tomb
Tomb
Raider
Raider-
has, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Tomb
saw
Raider,
the
all the
grass
fantasy games
blowing
have
in
got
the
amazing
wind
hair.
in the Witcher game, and
I think
that's
it's-
extraordinary.
I think it's
It's-
like it's a bit old now, but Skyrim had good hair,
had good weather effects too.
good weather effects. Yeah,
Oh,
good
imagine
sunlight,
what it-
good sunlight.
But
good
imagine
trees.
what the next gen Skyrim will look like. That'll be 10
Yeah.
times better than Because that was only PS4 stuff.
PS3.
Sorry, PS3 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder if Warnie could get some hair from there.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
He just has to text his hair.
Yeah.
Just text messages.
Warnie, don't listen to these guys. If you want to send your hair in, I'll take your hair.
We'll talk about your hair. We'll talk about how advanced it is.
It's advanced. World's most advanced hair.
Did Americans know who Warnie is?
Google up Shane
Yeah.
Warne and do I think the Shane Warne dance where he's smoking a durry and he's out doing his thing.
I love the picture of him sucking on a pint glass where you can see his teeth through the pint glass.
Just for the American audience, Shane Warne is
Our sporting oglodyte.
Australia's greatest ever bowler in
Yes.
cricket.
Yeah.
So we've also
He's got a good cricket mind.
but there's plenty of images floating around on the website where during games he's actually
hang on.
sitting back in what Americans would call the dugout. We call
Hang
it,
on.
and he's smoking durries and drinking beers and whatever.
Once again,
And durries and cigarettes, by the way.
and once
Ciggies.
again, once again, for our American audience,
Yeah.
is cricket's kind of like baseball, but you're standing upright and you tap the bat on the ground as opposed to holding it up in the air.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, they would have seen cricket.
Yeah. There was
When you say cricket, they all know what cricket
Yeah.
is, but they wouldn't know who people who play
Yeah.
cricket were. They wouldn't.
Don Bradman.
They wouldn't know. Yeah, they wouldn't know Don Bradman from Shane Warne.
Unless, he's on the test, the citizenship test, the Don Bradman.
Citizenship.
So-
Yeah, he is
Who's
too.
Don
So,
Bradman?
Who
I
is Don?
think,
Who's Don Bradman?
who is the Don Bradman?
He played halfback.
He was a famous tennis
He
player.
played halfback
What
playing for North
suburb?
Melbourne in the 1960s.
What suburb did he grow up in? That's how you get your Australian citizenship. You know the answer to that.
Just tick.
Tick.
Just
You-
it's Frankston. What were we talking about before we came on? The game.
Yes, the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, the game. Aperions game. So we've got a link to that in the show notes, and the video's up on the website, so you can check it out. Now, I made a little bit of a reference to last week. We were talking about some UFO stuff. And,
Yep.
a YouTube channel, and I couldn't remember the guys' names at the time, but they're called the Cousins Brothers. Now,
Ben Cousins.
I pretty much. I feel bad for mentioning because it's kind of like a Voldemort type thing within the UFO community. They're the guys that shall not be named. But if you want to watch some good UFO hoax videos, go to Third Phase of the Moon. But these two guys are everything that's wrong about ufology in the modern day. They actually don't actively filter any of their content out. It's quite obviously nearly all hoaxes.
So like The Onion, it's like a fake.
I just wanted to make sure because I mentioned them last week, and because I wanted to be clear about how bad they are in terms of if you're in. It was part of the X-Files review. I just want to make sure that now probably there are some people who are
Is that a
Getting-
taken down video?
are re-engaging with ufology and stuff as part of watching the X-Files, that when they stumble across this YouTube channel, that they filter it out as all bullshit. And I just wanted to make that clear. Because
Blake Cousins?
Blake
Blake
Cousins, I can't remember the other guy's name, but they're twins.
Okay.
So just call them Blake 1 and Blake 2, and we'll work on that. But yeah, there's some obviously CGI things on there.
Yeah, it looks completely
Yeah,
CGI.
It's really, really shitty.
Third phase of Moon.
Third Phase of the Moon. Don't go there. They're fun videos to watch, but everything on there is fake. So, well,
It looks photoshopped.
it looks all shit. So, and they've been actively kind of caught out actually producing videos themselves and
Okay.
putting them up just for clickbait.
Oh, from the team at Today, Tonight and A Current Affair. Jill Singer. Channel 7's own Jill Singer. Yeah, I can see it right now. What do you got to say, sir? What do you got to say? No, don't hit the camera. Don't touch the camera, mate.
But what else would
Leave
you...
the camera alone. I've told you once. I'm calling the police now. Don't touch the camera. All right? Just a little shout out to Carl Stefanovic for bringing that to the masses. Thank you very much. Thank you, Carl. Stick to your morning job, please. Why won't you answer the question, sir?
I can't go on like this.
What have you got to hide? What do you think? What do you think the people of Frankston are going to think? That you've taken all their money?
People in Frankston. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
What about now? While we're talking about people, talk about the people of the United States who have allegedly been Googling how to move to Canada at record rates. Now, this may have something to do with young
Donald Trump
Donald Trump
and his toupee.
and his toupee. I
Why is
do
he
not
still
blame him.
rocking the toupee? Don't you think he would have just...
You think he would have sorted his stuff out up there? He's got the money,
He
obviously.
needs to talk to Shane Warne.
Can't he just go to Ashley and Martin and get a fix?
Ashley Madison.
Ashley
No,
and
he
Martin.
probably knows Ashley Madison.
Ashley and Martin. Get a hair transplant.
Advanced hookups. Yeah.
Get a mullet.
Look, I dare say Donald probably would have sported a mullet back in the early 80s when he was doing his
He's had the
gig.
same hair for ages.
It's always been the same.
Yeah. It was the same in Home Alone. Remember the scene where he points, shows Macaulay Culkin how to get to the reception?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just looking at the graph. The graph of Google.
Is this like
the
Google Analytics?
Trends. Yeah.
When did it spike?
It's like Google Trends. So it was during the Super Tuesday Donald Trump kind of, you know how they do their
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, their political system
Yeah.
is weird. They do all those debates and
Yeah.
stuff. So on their Super Tuesday, it's like all of a sudden whilst that's on, there's this massive spike in traffic
Canada.
for people looking for
Canadian visas.
how to move to Canada. How can I move to Canada? How to move to Canada from the US?
How to move to Melbourne.
How do I move to Canada? How to move to Canada from the USA? How can I move to Canada? How to move to Canada as an American? Just all these search results, and it just sent it trending through the roof. I think it's hilarious. I feel sorry for the Canadians getting all these Americans floating.
But they're getting the intelligent Americans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Well,
Yeah.
they are getting the good ones, but still, I mean, like they're Canada's got legalized weed, hasn't it? And legalized same-sex marriage,
Free healthcare.
free healthcare.
They got it all.
Yeah.
They're
They're like us.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless them.
God bless Canada.
Just don't say Canada.
Canada.
Don't say Canada.
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 God bless Canada.
There's only one thing bad, possibly. You do have
Heaps of snow.
little bits of French sections. French. You got French.
French.
French speaking parts. Going back to the VR goggles.
Yeah.
Be nice to have a full Street View motion app for your VR goggles where you can walk the streets.
That's there, isn't it?
With the VR helmet.
Google.
Google have released all of their maps, their Google Maps thing in VR.
Yeah. So you just put it on and
They've been refilming all the streets
yeah.
for VR.
But when you're wearing the goggles, is it a bit more fluid?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've refilmed it all, especially. Like, it was
Like
only really
we
choppy.
You tried it with your phone under the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
And it's like you're in front.
Yeah, you can just look
in
up
Paris.
under the Eiffel Tower and look
Because
up.
I like all the these little 360 videos popping up.
Yeah, so for all those American audience out there, for those of you who aren't familiar with Frankston,
Yeah.
you can put on your VR goggles and
Head
go
down
for a
to
walk.
Frankston.
You can check it out.
Frank is.
And for all those in England, you might wander in the Carl Cox. He lives down.
Yeah, just pop up to Mount Eliza. He's
Pop up to
on
Mount
top of the
Eliza.
hill, and
Yeah.
you actually can probably from the camera you can probably see him cutting some shapes.
Yeah, he'll be
cutting shapes.
he'll be cutting shapes on his patio.
Hey, what are you doing out in my yard? Hey, get that camera away from here. Try and have a private party, yeah?
Well, it's almost time to wind this podcast up.
Yeah.
Each week we go through an old saying, which we want to tell all our fans about the meaning of it. But we're going to keep that a secret for a few seconds because just a couple of things we need to say. In terms of Jim Bob, you've got a new mix coming out for the website soon. A little bit of 80s and 90s. You've been
Yeah, well,
you've been singing some Rick Astley all.
yeah. Well,
Is there any Yaz? The only way is up in it.
Yaz food.
No, there's no Yaz in it. There's a bit of Bobby Brown. There's a bit of 90s R&B. There's
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Nah, it's kind of more like Naughty by Nature.
Bit of House of Pain. Some Jump Around.
Similar, but
Similar.
anyway, I've just
Deep
uploaded. I uploaded it the other
Is
night.
there any DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince?
No,
I'm rolling a list of gold here. I'm getting
I've
nothing.
only got
in it.
so much. I've only got so much vinyl to choose from.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But I thought I'd put it up just because it was a bit of a joke around mix.
See.
But actually, listening to it again, I'm like, hang on, this is kind of like a old school party starter. Before you get stuck in your Bacardi breezes, you just chuck it on and have a few Bacardi breezes, and then
I'm going to have a few Stollies.
Stolioitioners. So just chuck it on before you go out to Heat nightclub, if that still exists.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does.
Maybe the Dome.
The
Something.
Dome, yeah. Chasers on Chaps.
Chases the
Old
Chevy.
chaps.
Oh, how about the Metro? Need to go to the Metro.
You could play it twice before going to Revolver because you wouldn't go to Revolver until 4 in the morning. So
Yeah.
you could play it a few times.
You could play it at the Lounge.
In
the
the
lounge-
city on Swanson
The
Street.
Lounge is probably one of the only old clubs that's left. In Melbourne.
Well, it's
that was around when I
over
was.
20 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Back
Club
in the day.
Filter used to be the longest running DJ night ever in the history of the world.
Yeah,
They've got the world record for the longest running party night.
impressive.
Yeah.
Most impressive.
Most impressive.
Good stuff.
Sweet.
So we'll put that up on the website this week.
Yes, and there'll be plenty more to come because I've uploaded a whole bunch of other stuff.
And I too am slowly working on a dance 90s megamix.
Good.
A little bit less R&B than yours, I would say.
Yeah.
So.
But
Is there going to be Corona in it?
are you
Yes.
going
There
to
will be
break it
Corona.
up into 1 hour slots, or are you going to do like a mega mix? Because
I don't like, the 90s mega mixes where you get 20 seconds of a song and they break out to
Yeah.
the next one. I'm not doing that.
No.
It's going to be like being in a club in the 90s. That's what it's going to be like.
and what?
Where it's just a simple trend.
Yeah.
all right. Well, what's your
Anyway.
what's your DJ name?
Gold specs.
DJ
Ghostbusters.
DJ Gold Specs on BBC
Radio
1. Okay, yeah, I like that. I dig that. DJ Gold Specs. Yeah, I like it. That's good.
I like it.
Enough of that.
Oh,
What have you got?
Daredevil news.
Oh, Daredevil.
Ooh.
They released
Frank
a poster
Castle. They
of
did.
Frank Castle, and he's finally wearing the skull.
Yeah, he's got the skull on his shirt.
Because people were afraid that they wouldn't incorporate the skull into the series when they first released the trailer, but now...
You know what that's going to create?
What?
The highest selling T-shirt of the year.
No, but it's on his vest, it's not a t-shirt.
Yeah, but they'll still sell a
Yeah.
T-shirt.
It looks cool.
It's a hell of a good T-shirt.
It's like spray paint and it's dripping a bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
that'd
happy.
be good.
I'm
That-
happy.
Yeah, no, we're all happy.
Yeah.
with
I hope
Daredevil.
his catchphrase.
Daredevil's not far away, is it?
Next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
I hope his catchphrase is "suffering your spandex,"
I'm-
which is a segue to Carl to talk about.
That's a great segue.
It's a three-way segue. Three-way segue.
Suffering your spandex is a derivative of another great Aussie saying, which is suffering your jocks. Suffering your jocks.
From none other than The Castle.
The Castle, great Australian film. If you're around the world, you want to learn about
Australia.
being an Australian.
The Australian law, the
Castle.
vibe. If you want to learn about the vibe of the law,
about Marbo, that is the stuff. Suffering your jocks. Now, the official online definition of suffering your jocks is an Australian expression wishing misfortune to the recipient. Similar to eat shit and die, which is another great Australian saying. Jocks is a general Australian term for underwear. I think.
I'll tell you what,
Is an Australian thing?
that first thing you said, that sounds like something Cartman would say on.
What?
on,
wishing
Eat
misfortune.
shit and die.
Eat shit and die.
It's like Cartman material.
So, in short, you are more or less wishing that the person has an acute attack of explosive diarrhea. Now, that's pretty an elaborate definition of what suffering your jocks means. Really, it just means I guess, would suck eggs be an American term? Or
Suck.
Suck eggs.
Suck eggs, yeah, suck eggs. It's just kind of, it's... I don't know whether I've ever wished anyone has explosive diarrhea. I don't know. I don't think that's the meaning I've got in my head when I say it to someone.
Suffering jokes.
Suffering your jocks.
I wish
Does it just
upon
mean
you
you had-
an unfortunate
Yeah.
bowel movement.
Yeah, it's just kind of like bad luck, kind of suck it up type thing.
Just having a hard time.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I wish you'd have a hard
It's
time.
usually said with the recipient
It's usually
deserving
yes.
it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's it's used with the right context.
Yeah.
The recipient does deserve to feel
Yeah.
such things.
So let's say, for instance, that me and James were sitting at a Subway, and I had a little bit of Fanta left in my thing, and he decided to drink it. But when he decided to drink it, the top popped off, and he spilled Fanta all down the front of himself. That would be karma, and that would be the point where I would say
Suffering your jokes.
suffering your jocks.
Yeah, because I've got orange jocks now.
Yeah, you literally got Fanta fans.
I'm going to have to get the nappy set out.
You literally got Fanta fans.
My white front jocks need to be put in the wash. Damn.
Well, that's what you get for drinking.
Orange jocks.
You're drinking
Another
another man's Fanta.
person's Fanta.
This is what happens to a man. Suffering your jocks. Anyway, that's it for the show. It's been a good one, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
fun.
good one. Yeah.
So we'll be back in a couple of weeks as per usual. Of late, obviously, we've had a little bit of delays here and there
Yep.
with episodes, but we'll be back on our 2-week cycle.
And that'll be the Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, me and Jono will be back next episode. We would have gone to the midnight screening of Batman versus Superman,
Hell yeah.
and then we'll talk about whatever Star Wars.
And
news or
I'll
whatever.
be surfing with the seals in Phillip Island.
Yeah, you'll be.
With
What's
the penguins too.
What's
And the
that?
penguins.
What's that cartoon movie where all the penguins surfs up?
Surf's up.
Surfs up. You'll be
Surfs-
going surfs up with the
Yeah.
kingpin
Yes.
penguins.
Yeah.
Yes. But actually, I'm gonna make an effort to go to Kitty Miller Bay so that I can indulge.
Will you be in
John
Phillip
O.
Island the same weekend that I am? Or are you coming back on the 24th?
Leaving, so we'll depart down there on the 21st, and then the last day at the house would be the 24th.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be back in Melbourne on Friday.
Melbourne.
But- Melbourne.
Because I'm heading there on the 24th.
Ah.
You guys,
We'll just
Hang
party
on,
past each
you're-
other.
Hang on, we'll be
do
crossing-
you two want to get a room or something?
We'll be crossing streams. Crossing streams on the
No.
crossing streams
On
the
this
BP
note,
station on the.
I'm talking over you. I'm cutting Jim Bob off right now. You can catch and keep up to all that news on rebelscumradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Listen to the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn. This is episode 8. We'll have a bit of a back
Yeah.
catalogue now, so it's
Yes.
good. Pretty exciting.
2 more to 10.
Yeah, 2 more
Get
to
those
10.
hits going on SoundCloud.
Yeah, only a couple more months until season 1 finishes, and we'll have a month's hiatus and then return for the big run into Rogue One later on in the year. So that'll be
yeah.
fun.
Fantastic.
And yeah, like we said, send us any comments.
Yeah.
Say hello. Don't be afraid. And finally, I'd just like to say, in my journeys,
Yeah.
young Hal down at Just Collectibles down in Mulgrave
Oh, yeah.
sold me some good Star Wars figurines. I just want to say thanks.
Go have a look at Just Collectibles.
Yeah, go have a look. Yeah, geez, he's got some stuff in there.
Well,
It's
what's the address?
It's right next to Jordanville Station. So if you go to Jordanville Station in, I think it's Clayton.
Yeah,
Something.
like when you step out, you can see it. It's right
Yeah,
there.
like you'll see a gigantic minion and a
Yeah.
Star Wars trooper standing at the front.
Yeah.
You can't miss it. So
Cool.
check it out, and you can just Google Just Collectibles on, and
Yes,
it'll pop
the
up.
force
It'll
is
take you
strong
there.
with him.
It's a
Yeah.
brilliant little store. So check it out. Anyway, we'll see you in the next episode.
Ciao.
It is.
Ciao, Bill.
Ciao, man.
Please.